Oh, how the weather and the forecast can change over a simple 2 day stretch. We have a monster in the Gulf. It's not going to hit Texas, but it is going to hit someone. Let's talk about it in this Monday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. All right, good morning. It is Monday, the 7th of October, 2024. I'm Texas Storm Chaser's Bully-in-Chief David Reimer. Boy, did that forecast shift quite a bit, huh? We were just saying Thursday and Friday it didn't look like we were going to have to deal with much tropical mischief. And clearly that was not the case. We have escalated significantly. And yeah, we got a problem. That is for sure. Let's just talk about it. And again, this is not going to be an issue for the state of Texas. Now, this is the upper level pattern we have this morning, and I want to explain why this hurricane, which, yeah, we do have a hurricane, is moving from west to east versus, well, up towards us in the typical Bay of Campeche fashion. Main upper level jet stream, all the colors, the shades of yellow and red up on the Canada United States border up into the Great Lakes, with a bit of that extending into the northeast United States. We have a weak northwesterly flow aloft here in the state, which is going to help bring a cool front into eastern parts of the state of Texas, southeastern United States. That weak upper level flow out of the north over the Gulf of Mexico curves around and becomes westerly in proximity of Hurricane Milton, which is why this is going to be pushed east towards the state of Florida, who just dealt with a significant category 4 hurricane not 2 weeks ago. And this is probably going to be a Cat 4 or Cat 5 later today or tonight. Now, that does not mean it is going to be that strong when it hits Florida, but the old saying, the damage is done, well, that's going to apply in this case. Latest on Hurricane Milton, with the caveat being this information is from 4 a.m. Central Time. The hurricane hunters are about to arrive in the hurricane, and it is entirely possible, if not probable, this is significantly stronger by the time you watch this video by 7 a.m. Central Time, based on the high probability rapid intensification has been continuing overnight, and the current satellite visual information. Milton is maximum sustained winds of 100 miles an hour. Again, it probably is going to become quite a bit stronger than that today in a otherwise pretty ripe environment for spaghetti-o rates of intensification. Hurricane warning for the north sides of the Yucatan Peninsula, moving slowly off to the east at about 8 miles an hour. It'll turn northeast on Tuesday, begin accelerating a bit and expanding in size, making landfall probably within 50 to 75 miles of Tampa Bay Wednesday afternoon to Wednesday night as a major hurricane. That means Category 3 or higher. Hurricane watches are in effect for the west coast of Florida, including Tampa Bay. And for what it's worth, I just dropped one of our storm chasers off at the airport, flying back to Tampa Bay, where they pretty much just were. Here's the current storm surge forecast. If it looks familiar to Helene, well, that's because it looks kind of similar, doesn't it? This is for Hurricane Milton. Worse surge further south a bit than Helene, but we note, yes, for now it looks like it's making a beeline towards Tampa Bay. This could be quite a significant situation. The current estimates do have Milton intensifying into a Category 4 or Category 5 hurricane later today, tonight, into Tuesday morning. Thereafter, conditions are expected to become far less favorable for intensification. We are likely to see a weakening or a lowering of maximum sustained winds Wednesday before landfall. That being said, think of, well, we're going to have to use a bit of science here. Think of how an object in motion doesn't immediately stop after the force causing it to be in motion diminishes. That principle applies to storm surge, meaning even if the hurricane's winds are weakening as it makes landfall, the water isn't just going to magically stop moving. This could have a significant storm surge, unfortunately, once again. And even though I say the winds are going to be weakening, we are still likely to see gusts in excess of 100 miles an hour, if not higher, across portions of Florida Wednesday into Thursday. A major storm surge, which is probably going to be the big issue out of this, along with flooding rains across Florida. Now, a key difference here from Helene is this is going to continue moving east. And that will bring it into the Atlantic Ocean, and eventually it may make it towards Bermuda by the weekend. This is not going to move northeast towards Georgia, the Carolinas, Tennessee, Virginia, the Appalachian Mountains. So there, y'all up there, you're okie dokie. Florida, not okie dokie. This is going to be a big problem, unfortunately. And again, rapid to explosive intensification is likely today. It's probably going to be a Cat 4, Cat 5 at some point. Bit of weakening before it makes landfall on Wednesday, but it is expected to be a powerful and expanding hurricane in terms of the winds extending out from the center. It's actually a very small, compact hurricane today, which is one reason why it's probably going to spin up so quickly. Think of the old ballerina effect. I use it during tornado coverage quite a bit. Bring your arms in, you're able to rotate faster. Principle on a larger scale applies here. As the wind speeds start to diminish a bit on, well, tomorrow night into Wednesday, we're likely going to see the wind field also expand. And again, storm surge is going to be a big issue. For us here in Texas, we had a few showers yesterday on the Texas Gulf Coast. We've had dangerous rip currents. Otherwise, Milton is not going to be a threat to the state of Texas in any way, shape, or form, with the exception of dangerous rip currents and some increased wave activity. For the state of Texas today and tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, increasing upper-level clouds across the Panhandle, West Texas, Tuesday afternoon and evening. Long-term forecast from the American Weather Model, the global forecast system. Well, it's going to play out slowly here, but I'm just going to get the secret away. We're going to be lucky to see a drop of rain in the state of Texas over the next 7 days. Even if this model tries to bring a little magical false hope on Friday, those little precip blobs there, probably not going to happen. Most data does not have that. If I'm wrong, that'd be nice, but at this point, a continuation of quiet, stagnant weather is anticipated across the state of Texas over the next 7 to perhaps 14 days. In case you're wondering, it's not just us who will experience mostly quiet weather over the next 5 days. A good portion of the continental United States is going to be dry and quiet over the next 5 days. Now, clearly, an exception, parts of the Pacific Northwest, Florida, New England, the rest of us. I don't usually show the national rain map on here, but I did today. Notice the blank space covering good 40-plus states? Yeah. We're not the only ones dealing with quiet, stagnant weather. That being said, we will have a weak cool front move through eastern portions of Texas tonight to tomorrow, but it's not going to rain. Fire weather conditions. Well, as you might expect, it's warm, it's been warm, it's dry, and it's going to stay dry. Flash drought. Because, well, clearly it's, not winter yet, so things are going dormant. It's hot. Fire danger, moderate to high across the state through the week, and that is not expected to improve in any way, shape, or form in the foreseeable future. In case you're wondering what's keep causing all this to go on, and, well, here's the upper air pattern over the next 7 days. You can see a bit of a trough across the northeastern United States as we go into the weekend. They will have cooler weather as we head into the weekend early next week. Maybe some rain chances, but for us, really, the jet stream is going to stay up on the Canada-United States border, Pacific Northwest, up in the northern plains. We're just under, I wouldn't call it an area of high pressure per se, or a heat dome, but we just don't have anything going on. We have no storm trains coming on in. Jet streams send way up north, excluding the hurricane, but at the same time, that's not going to be an issue for us either. Maybe this could change around maybe the 17th of October. I mean, it will change eventually, but we just don't see that happening in the next 7 to 10 days, probably. If it was August, we'd probably be, 115 degrees. Not really, but it would be quite hot. High temperatures today, guess what? 80s, 90s. It's hot. It feels like summer, especially the southeastern half of the state. Tomorrow you can see we're going to have that cool front come on in, temperatures dropping into the 80s for highs. The good news is for most of the state, the humidity is going to be low. So even though we're having warm to downright hot for October temperatures in the daytime, we're cooling off pretty nicely at night because that lack of humidity allows the temperatures to cool off more efficiently. Tomorrow, it's going to be 96 in San Antonio. Don't you love that? It's almost mid-October and we're having highs in the upper 90s. Oh, yay! I'm perfectly thrilled about that. I mean, I'm so thrilled, I might just cut my beard off and start hopping around in a Santa suit. No. That made no sense at all, but there is an idea. Maybe I could dress up as Santa Claus for Halloween. Have to dye the beard white, though. Upper 90s, someone down the Edwards Plateau may hit 100 tomorrow, and I'm going to be absolutely livid about it. 89 in El Paso, though, so at least y'all aren't hitting 100 out in the borderland. Guess what? Wednesday, it's hotter up in northwest Texas. The Panhandle, mid to upper 90s. Still 80s in the eastern third of the state. 80s to 90s western two-thirds of Texas on Wednesday. Thursday, starting to lose that cool front niceness across eastern portions of Texas. Western, 75% of the state. Guess what? It's going to be in the 90s on Thursday afternoon. Friday, same story, maybe a degree or two cooler. And then Saturday, well, it's back up a degree or two. So, yay. As you can tell, whatever. Yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled that it still feels like August in parts of the state here in mid-October. I'm absolutely delighted. I'd rather be talking about snow, because I like snow. Maybe soon. Probably not. All right, that's going to be it for your Texas Weather Roundup on this Monday. Again, big issue with Milton, but it is not going to be a Texas issue in the weather department. It is going to be a big issue for Florida. And again, Milton's probably undergoing extremely rapid intensification right now with a pinhole eye, so it could be a Category 3 or 4 hurricane by lunchtime at this rate. But we'll see. We'll have live storm chasing coverage video, whatever you want to call it. We got storm chasers in Florida already. Because, well, apparently we're just going to live for the next 3 months. You can watch their live video on the Texas Storm Chasers YouTube channel as we get into Wednesday. We'll have more information on that. And with that, I think it is time to finally say, y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. God bless.